Hi and welcome back to the channel. For today's video we're heading over to the west of Wales to a place called the Mach Loop. It's a low fly area zone within the UK. There are a few of those that jets pass through at low level and it's a great spot for some photography. So I'll show you on screen one of the planes we caught going through.
Well, what a night that was. So there I was, hopping in my hammock, ready to go to sleep, and I turned over, pushed the middle of the hammock down by accident, touched a rock, piece of flint, piece of slate, and it just tore a hole straight through the middle of it, and out I fell. So ended up doing a little over an hour's drive across Wales at midnight, and managed to get to a campsite where a friend of mine was staying, and he had a spare tent that I slept in. That's where we were last night. So we were absolutely on fumes, but nowhere was open last night to get fuel. So I was very pleased to see the campsite is just there. It's about a mile away, if that. So just had a quick bite to eat. So I'm hoping we have more luck today. Yesterday up the Mach Loop was absolutely phenomenal. The amount of stuff they had through. Chinooks, hunters, typhoons. There was all sorts. Sotolor would be dead today. But it's only about 10 minutes up the road to get to Bulk, which is where we're going to be all day. And I'm very hopeful we can get a decent shot there. So apart from the handlebar coming off and the hammock breaking in half and the failure to take all the pictures we wanted, it's going alright. But stuff happens. It's not always as you plan it. Can't lose sight of the fact that we're still in a beautiful place, riding around on a motorbike, taking photos, hopefully, of cool stuff. So 7 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing that's going to go through the Mach Loop. Well, I'm not expecting anything through the loop until at least 9 or 10. But if you don't get there early, you don't get to park. And the person I'm with is in a car, not a bike. So they need to get parked up. They've gone ahead while I wait for the petrol station to open. And I'll meet them up the top of the big hill. So we'll get about our little journey up there. I'd say it'll only be about 10 minutes or so. And we'll go take some shots. In terms of equipment today, I've got the 100-500. I'll also take my 15-35 up just to do a landscape shot because the mountains are amazing up here. But the plane shots will definitely be 100-500. Shot on the R5, they will be handheld, no tripod. And we've got phenomenal light today, it's really bright. That might actually be a challenge if it's in the wrong place, the sun, but hopefully we'll do alright.
This is the de facto lens for airplane photography when you've got to go to portable locations like the Mach Loop. Carrying a big 600mm up a hill, it's no fun at all. 100-500 is perfect for a shot like this. Okay, so as mentioned, we were shooting on the 100-500 RF lens. It's a perfect lens for this location because you can zoom right into 500mm as the planes come into view and drop right back to 100mm as they go past you. The shot that we chose was sort of in that medium distance, and it was at 363mm. Our shutter speed I was trying to keep quite low, so I did have that at 1/250th of a second, and that gave that motion blur in the background. The aperture at those sort of focal lengths is up at 7.1, and it was a really bright sunny day, so we were down at 50 for the ISO low. The subject to detect was set to animals, it does do a better job of focusing on planes, I find. And we were on mechanical shutter for this one. We didn't want the rolling shutter effect on the propellers of the plane, so they can appear to bend if you're using electronic shutter. We were shooting high-speed continuous shooting, and that let you get just the right shot with a nice background behind it. It is worth doing this if you're shooting fast-moving objects like planes. And that's it for settings. So this is a view from the location I was using, which is called Bulk. It's a great spot for just landscape photography, let alone the planes. We had a lot of Texans going through, which is what this is, and our final shot was indeed a Texan. They were the most frequent flyers of the day. And we also had this Firefly come through, which was a little bit unexpected. This is one of the jets on approach. You don't get long to shoot them. You get maybe 10 seconds between them coming into view and them leaving view. But they were fantastic. We saw 2 Eurofighter Typhoons and they sounded amazing. So here it is, the Texan ZM330 is the tail number, just zipping past the hillside. Because I was down at 1/250th of a second, you get a nice bit of propeller blur, and the background's blurry and the plane is nice and sharp. To achieve that, you have to move the camera at the same speed as the plane, and it's called panning. And as long as you move the camera at the same speed as the plane stays nice and crisp and sharp, which it is, and the background's nice and blurry. So that's the effect we've got. In terms of the background, I do quite like this rock. That exaggerates the movement of the plane, so we could try a crop that keeps that, but it's sort of facing the wrong way. We could flip it, see what that looks like, or we could crop in tighter. So we'll start with the crop there, and if we flip it, no, that doesn't work. So I think if we do something like this, that's okay. It gives you the motion, the sense of forward direction of the plane, keeps that rocking, and got a nice view into the cockpit of the pilot and the co-pilot. So we'll duplicate the layer, and we'll go Image, Adjustments, Shadows and Highlights. There isn't going to be an awful lot that we need to do to this image because it's already pretty well where I want it to be. So I'll bump up the shadows a little bit, so that's 12%. In terms of the highlights, there's not really going to be any value by modifying those, so we'll leave those alone. It can probably stand a small sharpen, so tool sharpen, unsharp mask. Yeah, slightly better with that. So that was 79% and 0.9 pixels, which is sort of a go-to setting for me. So we'll go Image, Adjustments, Vibrance, and see if we can push this a little bit. I'm hoping to boost the green of the hillside a little bit further, but I'm conscious of the yellow of the plane looking a bit out of place. The hill's about right at that. We might need to dial down that yellow a bit. So I'll duplicate this layer, and I'm just going to run through selective color. And I'm looking to probably tone down the yellow a little bit and maybe boost the background a little as well. Okay, so before and after. So a bit more red in the hillsides come out. I think that's generally a better image. In terms of the proportions, I think we've got roughly the same gap between the wingtips. It looks about right. And quite like the framing of the shot. Maybe lose a little bit of the dead space, front, top and bottom. I think that's okay to do. And we could probably crop in further here actually at the front. Yeah, that's a bit of a better image. In terms of our rule of thirds, we are sitting quite well on that left-hand line actually. And it's great to have such a sharp shot with that motion blur associated with it. It probably is that simple. On a picture like this, it was already where I wanted it to be, really, fundamentally. There are a few bits that are tweaked, but nothing more than that. So a nice light edit today. There's ZM330. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. You never know what you're going to get at the Mach Loop, but a visit is always worthwhile. Do plan on going early and staying late, and you should get something. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.